Welcome back to the channel, guys. As you just saw, we got the gas tank and that front air guidance piece, so now we can finally put together the whole front of this bike and start it up for reals. Alright guys, so what you just saw is the whole airbox assembly. Now it's time to get that gas tank on the bike, because man, I'm excited to see this thing crank right over. Alright guys, so I just plugged in the bike as you saw, and I was gonna go outside and start it up for the first time. Man, I was super excited, but I remembered that I have one broken connection on the handlebars right here, and this just so happens to be the start and stop switch connection. I had to buy some super tiny Torx just to even access the throttle connection. So I'm gonna open up the throttle side of the handlebar and see if I can repair that and turn it on tonight. Okay guys, so here's what I'm thinking. There's a connection on the start and stop button, which I do not have a connection for. I thought that this connection goes here, but maybe this ends up going into this connection instead. And the broken one is what plugs into the outside right here. So I'm gonna unplug this. Let's see what happens. All right, there we go. Because it makes sense for it to fit down in there, but it also fits there, which is why I'm confused. This is gonna be crazy if this works. So that's plugged in. So now let me plug in the ignition. All right, ignition in. Okay, so hypothetically, if I turn this knob one down, the pump in the fuel tank will prime. I heard something. Oh, wait. I think it works. All right, so I'm gonna move the bike outside and let's see if this thing starts up. Okay, so it's really late, but I'm dying to hear this thing start right up. Without further ado, let's push the button. Okay, so I hear clicking, but nothing's happening. This has to be the right one, because look, on the screen, I'm clicking the mode button. Race, rain, road, dynamic. So this is the right connection. So it's just clicking every time I listen to this. It's clicking, man. So this is definitely the right connection, because on the screen you can see on the bottom there, heated grips 3, 2, and 1. This is the right connection for sure, but it's not starting for some reason. It's just clicking. So I'm gonna go through the fuses, guys, and see what I can find. Alright guys, so I went through the owner's manual, checked all the fuses. There's only 3 fuses on this whole bike from what I could see. All of them are good. I'm still getting this clicking from, I think it's the air shutters in this air dam back here. But the weird thing about this is I don't hear a fuel pump whenever I push this. Like on the Honda and Ducati, whenever you put it in the middle setting on this red button, you should hear the fuel pump priming. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring it back in the garage, and then I'm gonna take that gas tank off, see if I missed anything, and then we'll go from there. Y'all hear that? It's like midnight. People are cruising. I'd smoke them if I had this thing running. Guys, I just figured it out. I think there's an immobilizer in this key, and all I did was put it in this ignition slot, and I touched this button, and I heard it about to crank over. So my heart is racing now. Let's get this outside, and let's actually crank this thing over. I was about to call it quits, man, let me tell you, but this is insane. No way. I was literally just messing around with things, and I was like, man, maybe the key has an immobilizer in it. And I stuck it in the ignition, and here we go, guys. We're about to start this thing up. Primed. Did you hear that? Now. Whoa, it's smoking. I turned it off. It was smoking like crazy to begin with. I don't know what that's from, I don't know where that's smoking from. Let's crank it over though. Try again. Maybe it's low on fuel. Let me add some more fuel. Alright guys, so I'm super excited that the bike actually turned over. It did fire up for a few seconds here and there. The bike was cranking over, but I couldn't get it to continue to stay idling. So I wonder if it's just been sitting so long, it needs a little extra throttle, and the throttle is disconnected. That's the cable that's broken on the bike. So we'll catch you guys tomorrow morning to take a deeper look at it. Let's see if she cranks over and continues to idle. I think we're low on battery now. With a good power source, let's try to start this thing. Man, it wants to fire over so bad. There we go. She's running, boys. Now we just gotta check the temps real quick. All right. loud. I feel bad for the neighbors, bro. I can only imagine what this sounds like under load. Now that I know that the engine is running perfectly, we're gonna tighten down everything on the handlebars and secure this ignition module. Super happy we got the BMW started. We just got some fairings and a few miscellaneous pieces to finish up the bike, so we'll catch you in the next one. See ya.